What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. Today on the program, oh my goodness, are you ready to get inspired? I have Gloria Nihart on the program today. I'm looking forward to you hearing this, because you're going to feel so good and so inspired. Yeah, Gloria Nihart. Stick around. You're going to hear a little bit more about her in the next few minutes. This week's shows, I have my one public show at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Full bar, kitchens open, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday nights, and of course, the video dance party, karaoke jam. Yes, karaoke. You're the stars of the show. That's from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the morning at Conway, at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Oh, my goodness. Come on out for a good time. All right. And then on Saturday, I have a wedding. But unless you're invited, you cannot come. The only reason I mention it, because I love weddings. I do. I get to be with people on their best days. All right, that's enough intro. I'm excited to talk to Gloria Nihart. Let's get into it with Gloria Nihart. Now, I got her on Skype, but I think her camera wasn't working that well, but we did get some good audio. So if you're listening to the audio version, that's great. And if you want to check it out on YouTube, that's great too. I'll put a little picture there next to me, and you'll see her picture next to me on the YouTube page. All right, Skyping Gloria Nihart now. Gloria Nihart, hey, welcome to the What Makes You Famous podcast. What would you like to talk about? I figured, all right, as I was preparing for this, I'm watching your videos, listening to your music on your SoundCloud, and I think it wasn't SoundCloud, it was Reverb Nation, and I was listening to some of your music. I feel like I'm going to get very uplifted, Miss Nihart, and I hope I pronounced your last name correctly.
Yes, you did.
Yay, Gloria Nihart. Now, I know that you, the things I know about you, you sing and you have Gloria Nihart Ministries. Tell the people a little bit about that.
I'll tell you a little bit about myself. If I can.
Please.
Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from the state of Minnesota, right outside of Rochester, Minnesota. That's 12 miles south of Rochester. And I grew up here. And in my younger years, I performed in church, singing in nursing homes when I was 13, 14. And then later on in life, after I graduated, I went into the Army, and I was stationed down at Fort Jackson for basic, and that's when I started to sing.
Where's Fort Jackson?
Fort Jackson is in South Carolina.
That's a big change from Minnesota to South Carolina.
Yes, a lot warmer, and I really enjoyed it. Keys.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a really nice place, but I had a lot of friends, and I sang at NCO clubs, if you know what those are.
What's an NCO club?
It's a club where soldiers go in the evening to have a drink, visit with other soldiers in the service, and I would get up and do different songs.
Like what?
I did some Chaka Khan. I did Olivia Newton-John. I did Diana Ross. I did Tina Turner, and just a variety of music.
What years was this?
Huh?
What year was this?
This was back in 81 when I was in the service, 1981.
That sounds about right. Those are very popular singers back in 1981.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
excuse me, then I did some Martha and the Vandellas, and I just did a variety. And then later on, not to butt in, I worked for the United States Post Office in my hometown, and I would deliver mail and enjoyed that until I had some heart issues.
Oh.
And then I had some heart issues, and I had to quit my job. And before that, I started to write songs. My first song I wrote was for late singer Dottie Rambo. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
I have not.
And then I wrote a song for my friend Joanne Cash Yates. That was probably my third song. The Lord is Our Friend. And I won a few awards off of that. I've written a song for late singer Glenn Tubbs and his wife Dottie Tubbs. And I've written a song for other singers. My friend is Dion Pride, and his dad was Charlie Pride. I don't know if I'm sure you've heard of Charlie Pride.
Okay, finally one name that I that actually has arisen above the rest. But you've worked with some great people, it seems like, and all these people have been in the music industry. Were you writing gospel music back then, or were you writing secular songs for them? What kind of songs were you writing for these people?
Well, I wrote some that would just come to my heart, whatever the song was. I wrote song for Charlie because, like I said, Dion Pride is my friend. And I've written 800 songs. And if I could tell you, they're all different. I've written patriotic songs. I've written Christmas songs. I've written songs for Jerusalem. I've written Mother's Day songs. I've written songs for Israel and songs for other singers. So it's a variety. What I'm saying, I guess I got to say I've done rock and roll, bluegrass, gospel, and country.
That is fantastic. You don't limit yourself. Now, one of the things that you mentioned is that you've done a Christmas song. From what I understand, if you put out a Christmas song and it gets popular, you are set for your whole entire life because that song will get brought around every year. Have you experienced any of that kind of notoriety? I mean, we can only hope.
Well, in the last 2 years, I started to write Christmas songs. I guess Jerusalem songs, I started those back in 2005.
Yes.
And Israel songs and my patriotic. Now I just started to write more Christmas songs in the last few years.
Oh, that's fantastic. My goodness. The small amount that I've found on your YouTube page, you've only opened this particular YouTube about a year ago. I know that there's music on YouTube that you've had out there for much, much longer than that, but you finally curated all your songs and put them on one YouTube page, Gloria Nihart Gospel. And there is a variety of music. Even just looking at the titles, you have Martha's song, but then you have the one song that's more of a Christian based, and then you have Pray for Jerusalem that might be a more Jewish based, and you really take the spectrum. Do you find that you touch a lot of hearts and you feel like you want to reach out to different religions and different types of people and maybe bring them all together? What is your goal?
Well, my goal is to share my talent, what the Lord's given me. And a few years ago, I wrote a song called Oh Precious Lord. And that song, here's another one that I wrote, Oh Precious Lord, to the tune of Danny Boy. Danny Boy. And I know there's only a few people in the world have done this, but this song came to me, and it's like I mentioned, it's to the tune of Danny Boy. And I just think that song's precious. Oh, precious Lord.
Well, me being named Danny, Daniel Keys Dan, that's my name, and you singing a song that's done to the tune of Danny Boy, that means a lot. I know it goes what? Oh, precious Lord, you never left me through the sorrows. Is that it? Go ahead and sing
Yes,
a little bit of it.
that is the song. It's a beautiful song.
Well, sing a little bit of it if you can
Oh,
remember.
well, I'm just getting over pneumonia, but I'll give it a try. Oh, precious Lord, you've been there through my sorrows. Oh, precious Lord, you've been there through the night. It's a gorgeous song.
Oh my goodness! Just the tune itself is going to bring people in, and you with your new lyrics, it's going to be that much more inspiring. Now, have you always been a church going person, or is this something that came on to you?
Yes, my mother and dad, we grew up going to church, Keys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then I was going to mention this. Probably in the next year, my goal is to do a Mexican song with a friend of mine. Yeah. And we've been talking this. I might have to go to another state and the recording studio. And that's another dream of mine, to do that. So I've kind of hit the realm of the cup, I guess that's what I want to say. You know, like I mentioned to you, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, though. Like I mentioned in the last, I never got the COVID, but I got the pneumonia. I was pretty laid up, like 5-6 days in the hospital here at Mayo Clinic. Oh. I just went right down. I was pretty sick. It was 6 days that I was in St. Mary's. And it gives you time to rest and think and go for your dreams. And that's my main thing, is to write more songs.
Well, Miss Gloria Nihart, I hope you're on the road to recovery. I mean, just that little bit, even though you had a little tip of pneumonia, just singing that little bit of that song, that makes me feel good. It sent little chills out my spine. So obviously you've been building and building this gift of yours, this singing talent, but you also play guitar. When did that start?
Well, when I was growing up, I would pick up the guitar. We would have to go to church Sunday mornings and perform and sing. My sister and my brother would sing with me. We would do some of late singer Dottie Ramble's songs at church. And I would pick up the guitar there at church and play. And my mother worked at the nursing home in my hometown, too. And I'd pick up the guitar and sing songs at the nursing home for the elderly. And that really got me going again, to perform in the nursing home years and years and years ago, when I was in my early 20s. I really like enjoying and singing for the elderly. They really enjoy it.
Well, just in the short amount that we've been talking, Miss Nihart, you've given me so many people that I need to look up and find their music. I mean, of course, I know Charlie Pride, but I got to find his son and all the other people that you've been working with over the years, writing songs for them and say with them. Now, when did you find that you had the talent to write songs? Was this while you were in elementary school or middle school? Were you always good at writing and English or what have you?
Well, like I said, my first song I wrote for late singer Dottie Rambo. And I would, in my younger years, sometimes in school, when I was in high school, I would jot down a little poem and leave it there and put it in a file or put it somewhere. And I was so glad I had the talent. But when I get a song, it could come to me in 5 minutes, keeps. I've written a song for Annie Herring of Second Chapter of Acts. I've written a song for Stella Parton Amy Grant, singers like that. And when the songs come, some song could come to me in 5 minutes. Maybe I would have to put the song down that I wrote and then redo it, go over it, mingle, with it, figure how it would sound better, and then I would do it that way.
Oh, that's fantastic. My goodness. Now, you did mention that you wanted to sing with a Mexican singer. Are you going to be singing in Spanish, or is he going to be singing in Spanish, or she going to be singing in Spanish, and then you sing in English, perhaps? Is it going to be back and forth? How is that song coming together?
Well, I'm going to be singing in English, and they're going to sing it in Spanish. They're very good singers. And this woman came to me and this other fellow, there's two of them, and they would like to sing the song. And I said, that's fine, but we're going to rehearse it. I want to feel better. Like I said, I'm getting over pneumonia. I might cough here pretty soon.
Oh, goodness.
But the thing is, they are very good singers, very good talent, and I want the best. Excuse me.
No worries, Miss Nihart. Now you're looking to go to another state to go to a different recording studio. What recording studio have you been using? Because the music that you've been putting out is not, it looks like it's been well produced. Do you have a regular recording studio there in Minnesota that you use?
Yes, I do. But the recordings come from Nashville or Florida, North Carolina, and then I sing them up here in Minnesota at a recording studio. So somebody in Nashville could do the background music, and then I just go up there to sing and, sing the lyrics here in Minnesota.
That's amazing that the internet can come together. You can have a whole band that's all over the country and possibly even all over the world, and you're doing your vocals. Now, what do you happen to know the name of the recording studio, or do you care to share with us?
Oh, not right now, but I'll go kind of back about, if this is okay with you. A while ago, I lost my train of thought, but tell you how some of the singers, they've had come to Minnesota. When things were better before the COVID, in my town, every year I would put on a bash, and the bashes would be singers coming from Nashville to anywhere around the world, Ohio, Florida. But when I would have a bash, my first one, Dion Pride, was here. And he was the main singer, but then I had people to open up the concert. And there was my friend Kelly Klein. She's out of Nashville. I had when you have all these friends, and sometimes my mind just went right now. Could you believe that?
I can believe it.
I had Glenn Tubbs and Dottie Snow Tubbs. And Glenn was related, well, he's passed on. His uncle was Ernest Tubbs, and they would be there. And the singers, I would have bluegrass bands, and then I would perform. It was a really good time to put on a show for my hometown here in Sturtville, Minnesota. This was a blast.
Yes, I can imagine so. So you're putting on a little bit of a festival. Do you do this every year, or was this a one-time thing? And what year was it?
Well, I did it for 8 years until now, the COVID. I just kind of want to get, rested up, feeling better because of my pacemaker in my heart. And after pneumonia, I was thinking about doing one this year, but I usually have them the week before 4th of July because I'm in the parade here and I'm on radio stations around here in Wisconsin and Iowa. For 4th of July, they play a lot of my patriotic songs,
Yes.
So it's a week usually right before 4th of July, and the bands come in with their buses, and we just have a good time for a few days, and then they go back home for the 4th. But I guess this year I'm not going to do the bash. I miss it.
Oh, I imagine so, Miss Nihart. My goodness. I mean, I just thinking about I haven't quite come across any of the patriotic music that you have. At least I haven't seen it on the YouTube. Maybe it's on your Reverb Nation. But I imagine that you have songs for all occasions. So that means anytime that you're having any kind of a function, there's probably a Gloria Nihart song that's going to be right for that occasion. You write things that you feel. Say somebody is having a wedding or even possibly a funeral or any of the special days, the holidays, even the Mother's Day is coming up real soon. How appropriate that you have a song for the mothers. How did you come across that one?
Song. Excuse me. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. How did how did that one come about? Tell me about all the songs that you've written for specific holidays. And was this something that you've always had a talent for? I mean, I know you've been writing songs, but man, it seems like you get inspired all over the place. No matter where you go, there could be a song about it. But tell me more.
Okay, I've written a song, a Mother's Day song for an elderly lady that I thought highly of when I went to high school. And it's called Mama, Mama's Crying Again. And this woman, she was a friend of mine, and she lost a son. And I wrote that song. And then I wrote Mother's Day song. And it's for any mother out there that couldn't have a child. And they took a child in or raised a child. They were a barren mother. And another song that I wrote for my mother, Mama's Talking to Jesus Again. And that's a beautiful song. My mother was going blind, and well, then she did go blind, and she couldn't see her children. And I wrote the song for Mama's Talking to Jesus Again. It's a very nice song. If you go to the videos, it should be there. Then another song I wrote for my mom, Mama's holding her Bible and the U.S. flag in her hand. And that's some of the Mother's Day songs. There's a lot more. I can't think of them. But some of the patriotic is I'm proud of America. God bless our nation. America, the land that I love. And I praise God for America. And there's a few songs, titles that I gave there. But I know God bless our nation, America, the land that I love, and I'm proud of America. They should be on Facebook.
Well, okay.
They should be on my Facebook page or YouTube.
Well, you let me know that your mom and dad were the ones that instilled your love for church, for going to for religion and such. But who was the one that really gave you that love for America? What makes you love this country so much that you even wanted to write a song about it? I mean, I know that you went into the Army in the early 80s, but what makes you such a patriot? What makes you feel so good about this country?
Well, when I was young, a lot of my uncles and relatives, and we had a few neighbors that were in the Army, and that what inspired me. My brother was in the service. He was in Vietnam. And but the thing is a lot of my friends, their fathers were in the service, and I looked up to the men, and that inspired me. So back in 1981, like I mentioned, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and some other Army bases. And a lot of my friends, they're great friends that have been in the service with me. We keep in contact.
So what was the job that you did when you were in the Army, besides singing for the troops? What job did you do?
Well, I was a field medic. I was a cook. I helped on vehicles, and then I was a bath and laundry specialist. I had a few MOSs.
That's a lot of jobs. I mean, that's a lot of jobs. You're a hardworking lady, Miss Nihart.
Well, I really enjoyed the service. I thought the more you learned and you pushed yourself to excel and go for your dreams. And I love the military. The military was good to me.
Very good. Sounds like you took everything that they had to offer, and you learned a lot being in the military. But once you get out of the military, how many years did you spend in the Army?
I think 15.
15 years.
And then, well, later on, I went into the reserves and the National Guards. But at first in the Army, and then I went in the reserves and the Guards.
In the reserves and the Guards. So even after you were out, you still were in a little bit.
Yeah, I was. I went on weekend drills.
Wow. That's dedication. That's dedication and devotion. And all the while, are you still going to the NCO and singing every weekend?
Oh no, I'm not. I sing at churches if they wanted me to sing.
Yes.
I sing pretty much just at churches, nursing homes. I'm in parades. I'm on radio stations, and anywhere they need me to sing or perform.
Oh my goodness, that is so great, Gloria Nihart. You're putting yourself out there. You're using your talents. It seems like you have inspiration, from God, amongst other things, from your mom and your dad, your parents for sure, your family, your country, the Army. You have inspiration that comes from everywhere. Just that. Gives you the ability. You said 800 songs.
Mm-hmm. And they're different. Every one of them is kind of different. I did do a few gospel rock songs, and they're nice.
Well, where can people? I see that I can find the gospel music pretty easily, but are the rock and roll songs and the other types of music, is that all out there on the internet for sale, or can people support you that way, or if you do sing, not only at church, if they invite you to come to maybe a club or an event, maybe a backyard event or something, will you be able to sing for them? I mean, of course, after you get over your pneumonia, you still have the ability to play your guitar and play for people?
Yes, I'd like to, if they want me at a patriotic event. My rock and roll songs are not out there yet on YouTube. Okay. The guy that sang with me, there's another fellow, and I got to talk to him to put them out there on YouTube or put out another web page.
Okay.
For my songs.
Well, I hope to be able to hear those. I mean, I definitely was inspired today listening to, She's Been a Blessing. Thank you, mamas and daddies. I mean, you didn't forget the daddies. A lot of times when a football player makes the great play, or a baseball player, they'll go, "Thank you, Mom. But wasn't it Dad that helped you throw that football in baseball? Come on, what about the dads?" But you didn't forget the dads. You said thank you for mamas and daddies. I like that song.
Well, excuse me, everybody's involved, in your life, and it could be your mom or an uncle or your dad or a brother or a sister and an aunt, but everybody's involved. It's a big world out here.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, through my years, switching to religion, I grew up as a Catholic, but even after I got out of that, I went to Baptist church, I went to synagogue, I even went to Jehovah's Witness for a little bit, just to kind of learn. Try to learn everything. I haven't been to a mosque. I was talking to a Muslim fellow yesterday, and I've never been to a mosque, but I'd like to learn everything, learn about stuff. I know you have a song called "I Call Him Jehovah." That might be a little controversial to some people, because sometimes I'll say Jehovah, when I'm referring to God, and because of the YHVH, I guess or YHWH, the Yahweh sign. Some people pronounce that. What are your feelings on that?
Well, to be honest, Keys, I've written a song, He's My Jehovah.
Mhm.
And when I wrote this song, I was going to go see late singer Dottie Rambo
Uh-huh.
the night, 2 nights before she passed away. We were going to meet in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. And on the way there, I wrote the song, He's My Jehovah. And it's a beautiful song. And this is my song. A few people have had their complaints, like you said, about how it is, but it's my song and I wrote it. And it's on that way to see Dottie Rambo that evening, right around this time, back in 2008. She passed away Mother's Day morning. It was Thursday night. And the Lord gave me the opportunity, and I want to do this on the air if anybody hears this in any state. On that evening, on the way there, my husband and I had a flat tire with our son. I picked up toilet paper. I picked up a cereal box. I picked up paper, Kleenex tissue, and I wrote 35 songs. But these songs have touched my heart. I put them in the closet a few days later after she died, and I'm going through the songs and I'm going to sing them. I think that's what my mom would have wanted me to do, and late singer Dottie Rambo. When you meet a singer like that, and she told me to excel, Dottie Rambo, I've done what I can, but I'm going to keep pushing. It was a heartache that 2 days later she passed away in her bus on Mother's Day morning. I was shocked later that day after graduation from the college here, RCTC in Rochester, Minnesota. That afternoon I was in shock, but I went to my mother's. She was blind and she held my hand. But God gave us the opportunity to visit and sing and sing praises. So we all have our tragedies in life, Keys, but she was one of a kind. But like I said, it was Thursday evening and we were singing for the Lord and talking. And then 2 days later, she was in the arms of my master and my Jehovah. And he is my Jehovah.
Well, I mean, like I said, when I was studying, a little bit with the witnesses, they use that because it feels, once you know somebody's name, it makes you feel a little bit closer. So as far as that's concerned, I believe that if you know the name, or if you have a name for God, some people feel like you can't call him a name. I think the Jewish people call him the name Hashem. But I know that if you feel like you can call him personally, the Yahweh, Jehovah, some people say Jesus, is God. That's also controversial as well. But however, whatever your creator may be, if you can give him a name, that puts you a little closer. And I know you lost your friend, and you keep her alive just by singing about her and talking about her. She's alive right now because you keep her memory alive. That's a beautiful thing, Miss Nihart.
And then I know someday I'll see her again in heaven. And that's what I cherish. I have the Lord in my heart, and I know someday we'll be singing praises. And that's what you got to do. Life isn't a bed of roses, and And I wrote this song, a song for her. The song, "Oh Precious Lord," for her. And it was a few days after I got, my first song I wrote for Dottie. But after she passed, I wrote the song, "Oh Precious Lord." And it's a beautiful song. I'm sure you heard that one, right, Keys?
Well, yeah, that was the one that you sung earlier, that sung to the tune of "Oh Danny Boy."
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
we got
So
a little
I want to
taste
make
of
sure
it.
you knew what one that was.
Oh, for sure.
I know you do.
For sure. And it's right there on your YouTube video, Gloria Nihart Gospel. Now, you do have
It's very
a
nice.
really good webpage, GloriaNihartMinistries.com. I mean, does this, with your ministries, Do you feel like you preach the gospel through your music, or do you actually give sermons? Do you give talks at different churches, or is this all musically inclined?
Well, I try to talk to other, we had a Mother's Day meal and a Valentine's banquet. And I try to talk to give people strength to make it through some struggles. And I'll get to that. But the thing is these songs in my the events I perform. A friend of mine, she plays the piano, but we try to give people strength to make it through another week, be their moral support, read Bible verses, just a variety of stuff. Make it event. Like I mentioned, Valentine's banquet. I've been to a few of them. Mother and daughter's banquet at different churches. That was fun. But one of the songs that I wrote, Keys, and I just wanted to share this. A lady, and I won't say her name, came to one of my mother and daughter banquet with another gal. And her name was Gloria, her daughter. She was killed in an accident. And my mother said, don't go. And I called my mom and I said, Mother, I'm at this church and this lady wants me to come to her house. Her daughter, Gloria, died. She lives near a town of mine. And I followed her. It was a kind of cold winter night. My husband was doing something else with his brothers. They were out having a bite to eat here in Minnesota. And I went to this farmhouse, and I knew her daughter got killed in an accident. A week later, I came up with the song, The Sweetest Roses, Sharon. And if I could sing a few lines of it, I hope I can. My voice, I think, will.
Please.
But I wrote this song for her. She was so touching. She goes, Gloria, how can I get over my daughter's death? And I said, with God's help, you can. Someday you'll walk in the bedroom of your daughter's. And we went in there and we sat on the edge of a bed. I told her about my son with autism, and she wanted to go in there. I said, life has its struggles. You have to go on. And and a few days later, I had told her I wrote this song. And she's went on to be a better person for it. But this is one way I ministered. My mother was blind then. She said, don't go to the house. But I did. And I sat on this woman's bed. And then we went in her daughter's room. She hadn't been in it for a while. But the song goes, maybe if I can get in the tune of it, and if I could sing this song. By the bed, on the shelf, lays her Bible. Inside lay the petals of the rose. That's the last thing that her daughter gave her when she left her years ago. I just wanted to share a few lines, but this song will always touch me because I know this lady, and she lost her daughter, Gloria.
Oh my goodness. That is what you do. Okay, we're supposed to be on this earth here helping each other through good times and bad times. And mostly, hey, if a mother that loses her daughter may never get over that. But what you can do, some people, when you hear that somebody has lost somebody else, where do you find the words? Where do you find the words to say anything? Sometimes you go, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for your loss. But really, what does that mean? Gloria Nihart, you write an entire song to help to comfort these people in their times of need. That is an amazing gift. I know she had to have appreciated that. Whether she gets over it ever, which probably never. But yes, through through her faith, through her God, she might have some comfort, and through your song, that might help a little as well. My goodness, Gloria Nihart, you have to know how wonderful that is. That's a beautiful thing.
Well, I was going to tell you, Keys, I've had some heartaches in my life, and I had different miscarriages, and I had to lean on the Lord too. We all have to, through times or you're gonna not make it through or get depression. And if somebody did, I would never be mad at them or ask them why. We all in life take things differently. And I have like a son with autism. My mother went blind. Life wasn't easy for me, but I've realized you have to pick up one foot, and that's what I told her. We got to pick up one foot and then go with the other. And she said life is still rough, and it is rough. When you lose a child, it's rough. And I told her someday she'll see her daughter in heaven. And I wanted you to know that it's not easy. When we go through struggles, we have to just, make the best of it. And get if you need help, you got to get help. But and everybody's different. You got to lean on each other or get moral support.
You have a beautiful outlook on life, and just the fact that you can inspire people through your music and be inspired by people to make more music. 800 songs. All these songs have been produced and are waiting to be put out into the world so people can listen to them.
Yes. And then I've written some more Jerusalem songs. That's another thing. Excuse me, my phone was ringing.
Yes,
I didn't know if you heard it there.
Oh, no problem.
I've written a lot of Jerusalem songs, and that's one of my main goals for my Lord and his people. And put them out there, get them to radio. You mentioned that you heard one or two probably on YouTube.
Oh, for sure. And you have two different YouTube pages. One is the Gloria Nihart Music, and the other one is the Gloria Nihart Gospel.
Gospel.
The difference between the two of those is one type of music on one of the pages and the other type on the other, or is it a combination of the both?
Combination of them both. And then the ministries went up with Reverend Chuck Gibson, and he started that, and he passed away a few years ago, but he got that going. Like I wrote a song, Israel Shall Blossom and Bud. Forgive Us, Lord's on there. Walk Uprightly. I think my Mother's Day song's up there. A long time ago, Jesus Went to Calvary. Just a variety of songs. Silent Night. Now, that's the only one that I did that's not my song. Silent Night. I sang that one.
Oh, my goodness. I think you deserve to sing one of the standards, for Christmas, for sure. For the people that are listening, I want them to go and listen to your music, whatever occasion it is. If you're feeling down, for sure, if you're feeling down, just to go to your page and listen to some of that music, and you say you write songs for Jerusalem. If you look in the Bible, the Jews are the chosen people. I guess Jesus was a Jew. So, there is something to be said for that. And you're inspired just by that to write music for those people. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing. I'm impressed.
Excuse me, Keys. One thing before we're done here tonight, I would like people to know one of the best songs that I wrote, and I really love this song. I wrote it on the way to see late singer Dottie Rambo 2 nights before she passed. She loved the songs. Pray for Jerusalem. And she told me before we waved goodbye and said goodbye, she said, Gloria, this is one of the better songs. If people would want to, it's called Pray for Jerusalem.
All right. Well, that's easy enough to go find that one. Pray for Jerusalem, Gloria Nihart music. Look for the Gloria Nihart Ministries.com. Now, if people are going to contact you, and what types of events are you interested in doing? You mentioned that you do some churches. You do those on Sundays. I'm guessing whenever you're feeling, at least you're feeling 100%. Do you still go to, I guess the nursing homes, fairs, funerals, weddings, churches, and Christian events? And you're all over pretty much all over the world. People are playing your music. That's got to make you feel good, Gloria Nihart.
Right now, since I've been sick this year, I'm just gonna hang low.
Yeah.
And I'm getting songs to radio. I'm on a bunch of them around 4th of July. Around 4th of July. And then I'll try nursing homes probably later this year. The COVID was bad up here.
Oof.
And we're finally getting over that. And the weather, today's the first day of nice weather, Keys. It's been really cold here, damp weather and cold. And I just feel that I need to rest, kind of get my ducks in a row, my copyrights, and like I mentioned, have a good 4th of July with family. And then I would like to get back singing, having bashes, nursing homes, and churches. But right now at this time, like I said, I still have the cough. And I got to look out for myself. I've never done this. And since I have my special needs son and thinking about my husband and family, I better look at this first because, like I mentioned, when I had the pneumonia, it took me right down. I was pretty sick there. So I never had the COVID. So thank the Lord on that. I don't know what that would have been like, but with pneumonia, it kind of took me right out.
Yeah, that's bad enough. I think you deserve to stay warm and dry. I hope it's good where you are right now, and I hope you continue on the road to convalescence and feel better, because the people need to see you live and playing guitar with your friend that's playing piano. The people need to be entertained and inspired by you. It's somewhat like I've been inspired just chatting with you. I appreciate you so much, but I do want you to get back to feeling better. And as we wind this thing down, I'm going to definitely make sure that I have all your different social medias and links put in the show notes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Could I say something before we get off here?
Please.
I couldn't go to it, but it was at Dollywood at Pigeon Forge. And back in 2020, I won 2 awards with MACMA. And that's down at Dollywood, that would have been, and Pigeon Forge. And I won 2 trophies, and they're down at my high school. This last week, my dream was to walk into my high school where I'm from, Sturtville, Minnesota, and take the program down there and take the 2 trophies and a picture of mine. And that was a dream come true, too.
That has to be wonderful to go back and get that recognition. That's beautiful. It's nice to write the music and play the music, but if somebody enjoys it and appreciates it enough to give you an award, that has to make you feel marvelous, wonderful.
And then another award that I received from Airplay Express Radio, I received the song, award for my song, "The Lord Is Our Friend," and that was a platinum. And then from them, I went into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Songwriters Hall of Fame in the Airplay Express. Have you heard of this?
I have not, but I have now. You're teaching me so many things. That is beautiful. You're in the Hall of Fame, Gloria
so
Nihart.
I'm in the Songwriters.
That's wonderful. To write. I haven't written one song. You've written 800 songs and produced them and sang them and played guitar on them. That's an amazing feat in itself. Most people don't get a chance to write one song, and you've
Yeah,
done
and
so
I really
well.
enjoyed it.
And you keep
Writing
going.
these songs, they're all different.
You keep going and going. I don't want you to ever stop. I
This is
appreciate you so
this has
much.
been an honor to be on your radio station too.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As time progresses, I want to chat with you more. If you do get your festival going, I want you to come back and tell me about it and tell the people about it, and perhaps you'll get a whole lot of people going to the show, and people can be exposed to your great talent and be. But Gloria Nihart, I want to be respectful for your time. If you want to give some thanks to some people that have helped you along the way, and then we can give some last words for the people and get out of here.
Okay, I would first like to thank my Lord for giving me this talent to sing and perform and write songs, the ability. I want to thank the Lord and for my friend, late singer Dottie Rambo. It's another Mother's Day, and I think about her all the time. She's gone in heaven. But she told me to excel, keys. She told me to push. She was a one of a kind. She wrote 2,500 songs. My friend always, late singer Dottie Rambo. I want to thank my folks for making me push and excel in life and push hard for my dreams. I would like to thank some of my friends that are on this earth with me tonight. My friend Kelly Klein, Deborah Carter Peel, Joanne Cash Yates, Johnny Cash's sister, Joanne Cash Yates. Sometime I'll see you again soon. I want to thank Dottie Snow Tubbs. I want to thank late singer Glenn Tubbs. I want to thank Dion Pride. And I want to thank Stella Parton and Dolly Parton for being wonderful women and singing for the Lord, wonderful ladies. I want to thank NYU Testament, Chris. You made me push my music. Late singer Chuck Gibson, Pastor Chuck Gibson. I want to thank other singers that have come my way and performed at my bashes. I want to thank them all and the reverends that stood by me. And Keys, I want to thank you for letting me be on your station tonight.
Well, I appreciate you so much, Gloria Nihart. I usually finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, maybe something you wake up with every morning that you say to yourself, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Gloria Nihart, please give the last words for the people.
A few weeks ago, I put this in my Star. It's coming in the paper again this week. Well, today. I would like to tell you folks, push hard, go for your dream, and excel, and stand with the Lord, because He's the only one you can hope for. So go for your dreams and excel and push hard. And the Lord's going to be with you. If you fall on your face, get back up and push hard, Keys.
Well, there you have it, party people. Gloria Nihart. What a sweet lady. What an inspirational lady. Both being inspired by and inspiring others. She gets inspired by her friends and the people that have touched her family, the people that have come close, come and gone out of her life. She writes a song about it. She makes them live forever and ever. Oh, my goodness. Inspired by God, inspired by country, just inspiring others. I'm glad we have a Gloria Nihart in the world. I hope there's more Gloria Niharts out there that get inspired to do good things for other people, to lift people up when they're feeling down. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be taking care of each other. That's what we need to be doing. You take care of yourself. You make sure that you are in one piece and your mind and body are feeling good or in good shape. But then, if you have the means, take care of somebody else. Take care of a few other people if you have the opportunity. That's what we need to be doing, Ah, ah. I'm so glad to know Gloria Nihart. Thank you so much for being on the podcast and telling at least a little part of your story. And I look forward to hearing more from you as time progresses. I hope you feel better. I hope this pneumonia gets knocked out quickly and you get back to your performing for churches and weddings and other kinds of events. And hope that festival keeps going in Stewartville, Minnesota. Oh, I love the way you say Minnesota. That was Stewartville, Minnesota. I know people in Minnesota probably don't think they have an accent, but they have the cutest accent, Minnesota. All right. Thank you so much, Gloria Nihart, for being on the podcast, the What Makes You Famous podcast. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's keysdan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.